All right, distance formula. How does it relate to area and perimeter? So let's have a review for just a second. What have we learned before? So here's our first question. When can you count the boxes on a grid to find a distance? Don't yell out. I want you thinking. When can you count the boxes on the grid to find the distance? When is it that you can just count the boxes? Miss Young, what do you think?
When you have to find the area inside the box, a rectangle or something.
Okay, let me ask my question again. I don't think you understood. When you have a picture and it's on a coordinate grid, when is it that you can just count the boxes? There are two types of lines. They have to be either this way or another way, or you have to use the distance formula. What are the two vocabulary words that tell the type of lines that you can just count to find the distance? That's not gonna work.
It was help, I mean, you could hear her, but then she didn't want to be heard on the speaker.
Alright, anybody else have an idea? What do you think, Martavius?
They call units.
We do label them in units, yes. Brittany, tell me one of them. When the line is what?
Horizontal.
When your line is horizontal. So if you have an exact horizontal line, you can count the boxes. Alright, so when is the other one?
Vertical.
Correct. Vertical. If your lines are horizontal, exactly on the line, you can just count. Or if the line is vertical, you can just count. Good. Number 2. What's the formula for finding distance on a coordinate grid if you do not have a horizontal or vertical line? What's the formula for finding distance on a coordinate grid if you do not have a horizontal or vertical line? Any clues? Anyone besides Paul today? I know y'all know this. We will use that after.
Distance formula.
Alright, so tell me what the distance formula is. That's correct.
A equals.
Not an A. Alright, Ms. Brown?
B equals square root x minus y, hold on, parentheses, x minus x, parentheses square, plus, parentheses, y minus y, parentheses, squared.
Perfect. So the distance formula is x minus x squared plus y minus y squared. As if you don't have that memorized, you need to be writing this down every time. Because when you write it down, it helps you memorize it. Alright. So yesterday we had 3 questions that we had to answer when we were doing shapes with distant or area and perimeter. So who can tell me what the first question was that we had to answer? Miss Jones.
What shape is it?
What shape am I looking at? Good. Second question that we had to answer. Miss Mathis. You can't remember? That's fine. Miss Young.
What is it asking me to do?
What's the question asking me to do? And the third question that we had to answer? Mr. Kubel.
What's the formula?
What's the formula? Perfect. All right. So let's start with this. We have our coordinate plane. We have a picture on it, and it's asking me a question. So the first question that I must answer is, what shape am I looking at? Mr. Dye, what shape? What shape?
Fine.
Triangle. Second question. What's it asking me to do? What question is this asking? Miss Allen. Area. I agree. All right. So the third question is, what's the formula for the area of a triangle? Brandon.
B times H over 2.
Very good. Alright. So, first, now that I have a coordinate grid, do I have any of these lines that I can just count the distance? Are there any of these lines in this shape on this grid that I can just count my distance? Miss Brown? Yes? Alright. Tell me the name of the line segments that I can just count. I can count line segment EF and FG. Perfect. So, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many steps did it take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So now you said I could count line segment FG. Miss Lockett. What is the distance from point F to G? Eight. I agree. Now, my formula says I need a B and I need a H. What do we know about B and H? Hold on. Jade. It must be a right angle because B times H is your height. Height has got to make a right. If we don't have a right angle, we can't use it. So, where EF intersects what? Where does line segment EF intersects what line segment to make a right angle? GF. Good. So right here is my right angle. So I have the pieces that I need. So now I can just plug it into my formula. So A equals now, we talked yesterday about a calculator trick because the biggest problem people have is putting things in their calculator incorrectly. So who remembers how I put this in a calculator? What does this look like? This piece right here it looks like a what? A fraction. So, how do I put a fraction into my handy-dandy calculator? Miss Hollifield.
Y equals alpha second.
Hold on.
Alpha Y equals.
Alpha Y equals. Then enter. So you're going to enter it exactly like you see it right here. 7 times 8 under 2. So what's the area of this triangle?
28.
So A equals 28 what? Units squared. Because it does not have a label, it's not telling us feet, miles, whatever, we use the label units. Good. Alright. So again, we start. We got a new problem. What's the 3 questions that I'm going to ask myself? First one is,
What is the shape?
what is the shape?
What's the question asks you to do?
Alright. So, first thing I'm gonna ask, what is my shape? Mr. Mitchell, what shape? Say that. No, hold on. You are correct, but say it loud enough so people can hear you.
Rectangle.
Rectangle. I agree. It's getting sloppy again. All right. Number 2. What is this question asking me to find? Ronald. What is this question asking me to find? Oh, so this is asking for area and perimeter. All right. So what formula will I need? What formula will I need? Miss Williams. Area. So I need area, base times height. Alright. Now I have another one. Because I'm looking for 2 different things. So what's the other formula that I need? Jay?
Add all sides.
Add all the sides, and that is for the what? Perimeter. So perimeter equals add all sides. Alright. So I'm going to pause right here because we're fixing to take a break. And then I want you guys to think about this. And is there any other formula that I'm going to need?
The distance formula?
The what?
The distance formula?
The distance formula. Alright. So at this point, we're going to pause. When the bell rings, guys, you can take a break, and then we'll come back for second block and finish up.